Hi everyone. I'm going to give Facebook a little bit of time. I always say that and I never do. I just kind of go right into it. Thank you for your messages asking me how things went today. When I got home, I just needed some time to process. Hi, Nico. Okay. Well, I met with the cancer team today. The first thing that happened, I got to use that cool parking thing today. But anyway, just trying to make light of it. Hi, everybody. Hi, guys. Corey, Doreen, Jody. Good to see you so far. Okay, so the results are in. First thing, I met with the oncologist, Dr. Constantino, who's wonderful. And she explained to me, first of all, the results are in. No cancer in the lymph nodes. No cancer in the lymph nodes. Yay. So they removed, Dr. Wiggins removed 3 lymph nodes. No cancer in the lymph nodes. Wonderful news. So the next thing, though, is that there is a test that they do. They actually have the tumor frozen somewhere in a lab, and they want to send it out to find out. I don't remember exactly how she just explained it. A lot to take in today. But this can determine if chemo would even work. This can determine if chemo is an option. And it can also determine, from the way I understand it, whether or not this particular type of cancer, what the odds are of it growing back within the next 10 years. Now remember, I'm sharing this with you so that anyone you know and love that's going through this can be aware of what to expect. And so I opted to have the test because, hey, they don't have to take anything else from me. They already have the tumor. Send it out. I'll make sure that insurance covers it. So the girl on my team was checking into it. It will be sent out tomorrow. And then it takes 2 weeks to come back. At that point, we'll determine what the next course of action is. In the meantime, if chemo is not warranted, which my fingers are crossed that it's not, and keeping in mind the way things are going well, let's say the odds are in my favor that the cancer isn't going to grow back in the next 10 years and we don't need chemo at all, that's great. Then after I met with, Dr. Constantino still wants to continue with the estrogen blockers, but we're not starting those yet because we wait for this to come back. Then I met with Dr. Wiggins. Wonderful. It was wonderful to see her again. And she said that the tumor itself was 9 centimeters. And she had me see a physical therapist after I met with this other doctor that came in. And he came in, I didn't know this guy, but apparently he's on the team. I just hadn't met him yet. But he came in and explained that even though the lymph nodes came back clean, there still may be some lingering cells that didn't show up, and the team felt that we should do radiation. So then he explained to me what the radiation will entail, and it's every day, 5 days a week, for approximately 6.5 weeks. And they said a lot of times they try to amp it up and try to finish it quickly in like 3.5, 4 weeks. He's not sure that they'll be able to do that with me. So, everyone is different. And he explained, he said it'd take about 10, 15 minutes every day, but that's a trip every day to the hospital and having it done and then driving back. He said that I won't lose my hair. He said that I won't be radioactive. I shouldn't have any nausea or anything like that. However, obviously when you first begin it, you're not going to feel it. And then as you go into it, the fatigue takes over. You're just tired and exhausted. It just gets worse and worse and worse till you go to the end of it. Given my chronic fatigue syndrome, that's not going to be a picnic. I have been taking I'm kind of out now, but I have been using a natural supplement that has been helping with the fibromyalgia and the chronic fatigue syndrome and the migraines. So hopefully I can get that again soon. So, side effects of the radiation. He said that there can be, the area can turn pink. I can feel that sort of burning sensation. And even people have reported blisters under the breast, blisters. And he said when it's over, the tissue can actually tighten up and shrink, become harder. So he said it doesn't happen all the time, but he had to, obviously he wanted to know all the possibilities of that. And he asked me how I felt about it, and who wants to have it, right? Who wants that? I mean, there's a lot to think about, obviously. And he said that if the other test comes back positive, then I believe it's the chemo first, finish the chemo, then the radiation. Oh, and when you finish the radiation, the average healthy person takes about a month to recover and get back on your feet and feel better. He said given with the chronic fatigue syndrome and etc., it could take up to 2 months. So let's say 6.5 weeks of radiation and up to 8 weeks recovery time. Now, I'm not being negative. It's just like when they give you the information, you have to be aware of the possibilities, right? So that's what I'm looking ahead for anyway. So best case scenario, 6.5 weeks and then possibly another 8, maybe not. Chemo obviously will be longer. I don't even know anything about the chemo. And then the estrogen blockers. Now I know that there are natural products, and I'm not saying anything cures cancer or anything like that, but I know there are things that can help naturally to help the body while you're going through this. And, I'm all about preparing my body. So right now I'm not on anything until we find out what's going on. And then we'll see what happens from there, and I'll keep you guys informed. Dr. Wiggins, who was absolutely wonderful, said again, stay away from the stress, eat well, rest. And I said to her, life goes back to normal. There's still bills to be paid. There's still, things that need to be done. And she said, do the best you can. So that being said, we're back to daily stresses, but I still have to keep resting. I still can't lift more than 10 pounds. The physical therapist came in after all of this. I have to be honest with you, I did cry a little bit. It is overwhelming. I welled up a couple of times. Because who wants to hear about radiation and why do you need it if you're cancer free? And so I have a series of exercises to do, stretches, just stretches, and that's to keep the lymphedema from happening, where if I do too much too quickly or certain things, the fluid can actually build up in the bottom of the breast, and then you can start having problems with fluid buildup. Then and then she said it's non-reversible. Now I know the body can heal itself, but I know who wants to hear anything that's non-reversible? We just don't want to hear it. So prevent it, and then don't think about it, right? So I have to do them like 3 times a day, like a set of 10. Arm raises gently, certain ways, different stretches, 3 times a day. Walk, and again, no lifting at all for now. Not more than 10 pounds. Start off with the half-gallon jug, and then the gallon jug, and then slowly but surely. So it's, right now, no cancer in the lymph nodes, going into things very, very slowly. I'm not going to think about anything right now for the next 2 weeks, and just continue to heal, rest, recover from the surgery, and build up my body for what's going to come, whatever that may be. Just build up my body. So that's it, guys. Again, I appreciate anything that you can send to GoFundMe, because I guess the surgery was the easy part. The next few months, what lies ahead, is where I'm going to have even more struggle. So, not to be negative, I believe in blessings. I have been blessed. This is wonderful news. And, but I could use your help right now. I really could. So that's it. Have a good night. Thank you again. I'm going to try to download and then upload and get this in an email. And I believe the GoFundMe is on my page down below. I'm pointing and you can't see me, so I have to make sure I'm in the camera. But I hope all is well with you guys. Thank you again. And I apologize. I couldn't answer people right away today. I just kind of vegged and just vegged today. I just had to process a lot before I could share this with you all, and I was thinking about the best way to explain it. And again, if you didn't get your mammograms in October, don't wait. Just get them done. Okay? And I'll let you know. I'll keep you informed, and I'll let you know what's going on. Okay? And thank you for your prayers, your Reiki, and thanks for being there. Just thank you all for listening, and I will see you soon. God bless you all. Have a good night. Thanks. Bye. Finish, right? Okay, I'm pressing the button. It's not finishing. That's funny. Good night.